Child, I just wanted to tell y'all about the time I catfished my boss. Okay, so I was working at a store. Not gonna tell you what name, but anyway, this was like in 2011, 2012, and I was working, and I saw this tall chocolate man with long locks, nice dress outfit coming through. I thought he was a customer at first, but then I found out he was one of the assistant managers who had came from another store, right? So at first, I didn't, I wasn't crushing on him like that, but it turned into like an obsession after a while. Like he was so fine. Like this was the time I had just gotten to Facebook. I think I had Facebook for like a year, and so I was still in that phase where you're like adding everybody, whatever. But I only knew his first name, and I'm a firm believer in your thoughts manifest physically. So one day I was in the break room and there was like a sheet. I don't know if it was like a payroll sheet or whatever, but his name was on his first and last name. So I looked on Facebook, looked him up, sent my friend request, and I was like, I inboxed him. I said, "Oh, like thanks for accepting my friend request. I mean, whatever." I was kind of corny, I guess. He didn't say nothing or whatever about that. So I don't know how long it was until I inboxed him again, but he was just he is like he literally made my body shake without touching me. The only touch I've ever had from him was a handshake. He made my body freaking shake. Like, I have not had a man before him or since him make my body respond like that without penetration. Like, I'm like, if this is how it is when you walk by, what would sex would you be like? Like, damn. So I was just like so into him, like obsessed. And so I said, well, he's a manager, so I can't, I gotta watch how I come at him because technically you're not supposed to date somebody that you work for or whatever. But people do it anyway. I mean, who listens to that rule really? So I inboxed him. I made sure my message was really, really like plain. I was like, hey, I like you. I like how you carry yourself. I like how you walk. I said, if you have a girlfriend, good for her. If you don't, good for me. I'll see you later at work. I mean, it was very, very like innocent. It wasn't like, damn, I want to take you down, in the hallway, straddle you. It wasn't nothing like that. So he didn't respond. And I think we both had like this unspoken agreement that we just would never bring it up. Like, I never brought it up to him at work. He never brought it up. I guess we're like, we're just going to leave that where it lies. So I ended up getting fired from that job. I hated it. That was like the worst job. I was calling out, I'm like, fuck y'all. So later on, I was like, still like friends with him on Facebook, still following him on Twitter and everything. I don't think I had an Instagram yet. And I was like, you're going to talk to me, even if you don't know it's me. So I did the catfish shit. Like, I will say this, I've never done that since then. Like, I don't sit around catfishing people, but like I said, I was like totally obsessed with him. Like, when you find a man that's fine, educated, because he was in law school at the time, cultured, I mean, I was like, I got to get this dude. So now, when I catfish, I just did the usual catfish thing. You find some random person's picture on the internet, whatever. So I made a fake profile on Facebook and I added him. And I tried to make myself look real by like adding like a bunch of people from one high school to make it seem like, I'm legit or whatever. So at the time, I think the woman he's married to now, I think they were talking then. I don't think they were in a relationship, but they were talking or had just met or some shit. And I was inboxing him and I forgot who inboxed who, but he was like, yeah, how come you don't have more pictures? We should go. He said, yeah, if we could. He was basically saying if he wasn't talking to the girl he was talking to, that we could like hook up, have some drinks or something, chill or whatever. Um, After a while, it got serious with the girl he was talking to. So I just fell back and just stayed a Facebook friend. I quit flirting with him in his inbox and shit. And until one day, like by this time, he had a little girl with the woman. They weren't married yet at this time. And so I commented, I said, "Oh, she's a cutie pie," cause she is. She's a cute little kid. But I don't know if his girl said something or if he just didn't want, because the profile picture that I had was like of this cute little, black model, like looking all sexy. So I don't know if she said something to him or if he was like, "Oh shit," but he ended up blocking me. And I was like, "Oh damn, I probably shouldn't have said shit." But like, what's crazy about that? This is the reason why the catfish thing. I don't see why people do it all the time, because it's just a reminder that if you look a certain way, people will talk to you. Like, he would not talk to, even to this day, if I were to inbox him, he probably wouldn't say shit. He'll read it. I'll see that he read it, but he won't respond. So I just said, you know what? I quit just recently. I said, you know what? Like, I could say something very plain to him, like, "Hey, how's the job going?" It could be very simple, and he still will not say anything. And I was like, okay. I'm like, "Ashley, this dude totally, like, does not want to talk to you about shit." So I was like, okay. So I quit following him on Instagram because I'm like, he ain't following me back. Quit following him on Twitter because I'm like, he ain't following me back. So it's like, I had to leave that shit alone. But the lesson I learned from that is you definitely have to just don't chase after mofos that don't want you. I have a bad problem with doing that. I guess in the back of my mind, I'm thinking like, he'll eventually want me. No, I'm not. If I inbox you and you're just looking at reading the shit and purposely not saying anything, honey, you don't have to worry about me bothering you again, okay? But anyways, honey, that's my little catfish story. Never again. Y'all have a good night.